just roll.
We got no marketing Matt in today, Jeff. The guy's got take 19
surprise.
hours. I got to prepare for an interview.
I got to get a job.
Oh my goodness, man!
I gotta get
the amount
paid.
of interviews this guy's at, and let alone the references.
Yeah.
We both vouch for the guy all the time.
Well, all the
you should
time.
be a pro.
You should think so by now.
Should be like, guys, I got this.
I got
it. Marketing Matt, you're forgetting the cardinal rule. It applies to studying. It applies to interviews. Any big event.
Yeah.
You never crunch the day before.
No, never.
No, what you've learned yesterday.
You got to free ball interviews.
That's
I mean,
it,
learn a little
that's
bit about it. Some of the numbers, some of the, information about that
How
company.
many interviews have you done in your career?
A lot.
You got the restaurant,
Sure.
Bank, whatnot.
Yeah. No, I've done lots. And
You gotta have a little finesse.
Can I tell you, honestly, I think I'm the best interview. I loved interviews. I love them.
I love them too.
You like them too?
I
huh?
like them too.
I don't know. Maybe I just like the approval process.
Pessimist or optimist?
When I left?
No. When you're doing the
I
interview.
think what he said just said it all.
Yeah.
I like the approval. So
Yes.
he's not even thinking
Yeah.
pessimist at all.
No, not at all.
you liked getting interviewed.
I loved it.
Oh, I thought you meant you loved being the interviewer. Oh,
I don't mind it. Don't get me wrong.
but you just loved getting interviews.
I
See,
liked
because
it.
you
I
know
liked
your
it.
strengths.
Yeah.
Jeff, here's a question then.
That didn't bother me.
Okay, because bands, we're talking about jobs, but what about bands? We hear it all the time. Like, what's an interview for the band? Is it, okay, give us something?
Give us a CD or something.
Just, come in.
Yeah,
For being a member of the band or for the band being hired at an establishment or
Yeah,
something
so
like
Jeff
that?
and the Awesome Four, for example, right?
Right,
One
yeah.
guy's on the outs. We can't
Yeah.
have him anymore. He's the bass guitarist, let's say. What does an interview go for a band?
Well, I got to tell you something, and I learned pretty quick that making those endless phone calls, trying to connect with people, getting a good solid answer, sending out your promo, that's a full-time job. So generally, we always hired an agent. We had and we had 2 or 3 agents generally working for our band, and we just pick the best gigs. I'd make requests as to who's booking this room, how do we get in there, what do they like to hear,
Right.
When can we be submitted for approval, who's booking it, and generally just went from there. Sometimes it's great, you meet people and you can book something yourself, but honestly it is a full-time job. It's a lot of work chasing people down.
Don't we know?
Don't we know? we can't get a guy to come once a week.
Can I tell you what?
How are we supposed to do Instagram right now? People are relying on the Instagram
They're
video. I gotta
relying
do it
on-
myself.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure this out. You know what I did this weekend? Real quick. I went to, me and the wife had a little date night since the little guy, right?
Yeah,
We're like, you know
that's
what?
right.
You got to rekindle the love. You know what I mean?
What a cutie.
You got to rekindle. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. So we decided, actually, my wife decided to go. We went to the Blackfoot
Is
Casino.
that rekindling the love?
No, not Blackfoot. The Grey Eagle Casino. We went to Grey Eagle Casino.
Ah, yes.
For Joe Coy, comedian.
Oh, he's good.
It was
he's a good guy.
excellent. I haven't laughed that hard. I kid you guys, like literally, I couldn't stop laughing. I don't know. Is it because I haven't been out for a long time? Was his material that good? All of the above. It was awesome. So date night, make sure you take your wife out for a little date night. It's well worth it.
It's amazing.
All right.
Don't forget the date night, guys.
You got to do it.
Gotta do it.
You got to do it.
What'd you do this weekend?
Did you see the fight?
I did, and that's next on the agenda.
Because then, what you did, that's what I did this weekend.
Yeah.
So Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Okay. Fighting this super stunning Swede, Wallin. Roster, in boxing, they can't just put the fights together like the UFC. There's way too many moving parts. So
Otto Wallin is his name.
yeah, Wallin.
Wallin.
I went Wallin. I put
Wallin?
I put a heavy on the I.
Okay,
I
sure.
could be right. I could be wrong.
I like the name Otto. See, that's a good name. I like Otto.
Joel Otto.
Joel Otto. that's
Another
a-
great Otto.
But you know what? By the way, that segment last week, crushed. People love the name thing.
They
I
loved
continue.
it.
I digress. Please, go ahead. I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I watched the fight. Tyson Fury fighting Otto von Bismarck over there, and it was an amazing fight. It was amazing because you can never discredit sometimes what it gives you. Sure, it's not the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury match, but man, I was glued. Mitch, I don't know about you. I was glued from start to finish because early in the round,
Yeah.
as you saw it,
Yeah.
he gets hit with that what looks like a harmless, really short left hook in
Yeah.
the corner, but apparently it busts him open.
And badly.
And Fury thought that it was a headbutt.
That's right.
They
Well, the
later
referee
find out-
said, right?
The commission reviewed it. They also sent the part of the announcing crew to let the coroner know. But it was bad. And that guy Fury was bleeding profusely.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty bad.
Profusely. And I got to give him credit. Like, to watch a guy, this is why these guys are champions, man. To watch a guy go all 12 rounds, still pretty much win every round. I mean, the way I saw it, that Wallin had 3 rounds to me.
Yeah, sure.
Right, 3 rounds. But he wins the fight. But look how sharp these guys are. Jeff, he's bleeding. Like, we're talking, how many stitches?
50 stitches.
50, not 1-5.
No, 5-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it was bad. It was, dare I say, it was 3/4 of an inch.
It was
wide.
thick. It was thick.
It was thick. And so he was bleeding so bad that what he was doing, he'd get in the clinch and he was wiping his face on the guy's shoulder. And I'm like, these are the smart things.
Yeah, these are the smart
This is what hitting pads in the gym doesn't teach you. Sometimes.
Speaking of names, Tyson
Fury.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury.
Great name.
Right.
Oh my God! I found the next match.
Sure.
Tyson Fury versus what's the rodeo guy we love?
Oh, no, you can't. Chase Outlaw?
Chase Outlaw
Buddy,
versus Tyson
Chase
Fury.
Outlaw wins every day.
I was trying to make a Mike Tyson reference because he
Sure.
did weird shit in the ring too.
That's
yeah,
right.
that's true. That's true.
Now, staying with the fight for a quick second
Yeah.
before we move on. 50 stitches. This fight was in Vegas, but it didn't seem like a lot of people knew that this fight was going on, number one. Number two, it was the Mexican Independence Day. Usually there's some big Mexican fighter that's about to take it. No one was scheduled that day. So Tyson Fury goes out of his way. He's wearing the Mexican gear. He's wearing the sombrero. He's got the entrance. With all due respect, if you're not Mexican, you can't pull off the Mexican Independence Day. Okay?
See, I love what
With
he
all
did.
due respect,
I love
you
what he
can't
did
do
in
it.
the fight before when he did the Living in America. He came out
See,
like
that-
he
okay.
did the Apollo Creed
Sure,
thing.
sure.
Hey, America, I'm here.
Exactly.
I made it.
So he pulls that off. He gets to the ring, fights. That was great. That was all good. But the true MVP of that fight, it wasn't Otto with almost stunning the crowd that didn't even know they were at a fight. It wasn't Tyson. It was Jorge Capitello. Who's that, you say? That's the stitch guy or the cut man for
Yes.
Tyson Fury. That guy saved, I am not joking, millions of dollars because the Tyson Fury fight and Deontay Wilder was supposed to happen in, probably will obviously still happen February. But if this upset happens where the referee calls it or the doctor calls it because of that cut, and with all due respect, Otto's now coming out going, I feel like I was thrown a little bit under the bus because 50 stitches didn't get called. He might have a point, man.
Midge, you're not even taking it far enough. Not only did he save millions of dollars in the fight, this guy just saved heavyweight boxing.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Now think about this. You have Joshua who lost to Andy Ruiz in an incredible upset. So now you're thinking, wait, this is the man? This is the guy who's got most of the belts? This is the guy, the specimen, as I like to call him, because
Exactly.
he's the guy. I mean, he's perfect. I mean, physically, the guy's incredible. So he loses in an upset. If Tyson Fury loses in an upset again, then you're left with Deontay Wilder. But now people are going to be like, heavyweight boxing doesn't excite me anymore. What is this garbage?
Well said.
These guys, these are the 3 top guys, and it would have all gone to shit. So that guy deserves not only a little bit of a bump from the camp, but from boxing.
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. So with that being said, it was injuries. That's the name of the game. That's what happened a lot this weekend.
A lot of injuries.
We're
Mitch.
going to talk about it this week.
Everywhere.
Yep, everywhere. NFL, boxing, you name it.
Calgary.
Absolutely, yeah. Good
Real
point.
locker room
Real
talk.
locker room talk. Live in front of us right now.
I'm injured
Huge
right now.
injury. Huge injury.
Holy smokes.
We got here at 5:30, but we didn't start recording until 6:30 because it took about an hour for you to go up the stairs.
Yeah, well, and Jeff, it would it kill you to have a rail? Would it kill you? Just one, maybe not a full rail, maybe like
Just half a, half a rail.
one every 5 steps, just a hold rail.
Yeah.
A conveyor belt.
You know what the funny
will.
thing is? There are rails here, but different kinds.
It is a recording studio, and those are down the hall.
That only happens rarely. Come on, guys. I'm a natural kind of guy.
Absolutely, you are. Absolutely.
But
There is a reason why there is no handrail on the stairway, though.
Oh, there is.
Yeah. Years ago, when I first moved into this building, it already had gotten half torn off from people moving gear up and down the stairways and it just hitting it. And so,
Yeah, you can't keep fixing that.
It's true. It's true. You can.
It's just in the way of your gear
That's
when
okay.
you're trying to haul
But it's
down
not
the
gout,
stairs.
Mitch.
No, it's
Not
not
go.
go.
It's not a roster. You know what? We're getting results.
Yeah.
It's an underlying issue. Don't worry.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I'm going to be
It'll be
around for a
fine.
long time. I don't want to stress everyone.
Hey.
I'm just saying that we're on the path. We're going to discover something.
And if it isn't a long time, it was a good time.
Hey, you know what? It
was a great time.
Hey.
94 episodes
take me
in.
to the Centennial.
94 in, baby. That's it. Listen, what do we got on the itinerary today, my friend?
Look, we know what we're talking about week to week. We're talking about the NFL. We got to. Not just the games, but of course, we like to highlight a couple incidences that
Absolutely.
happened throughout the week, if you will.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to talk NFL. NHL is back. Preseason has started. We got to talk because there was some things that happened in the news this week. We're also going to go to everyone's new favorite segment, Rapid Banter. Everyone's new favorite segment, the Major League Minute. Everyone's new favorite segment, the Maclin Minute. And then we'll close it off with a little Maga Malaka.
Maybe everyone's favorite segment.
Probably. I don't know. I don't get as much love on that one. I think everyone, you know what? Rapid Banter seems to really get people going.
It gets it going.
That and talking about names. I'm telling you, I got a lot of emails about the name thing.
You like it? Should we used to. I'm telling you, we got to do more names.
We're gonna do more names coming up.
Let's do some research.
Hey,
hey, hold your
Hey,
horses. Come
what?
on. We're talking about the show. We're talking about names. We're over here. We're over there. Mitch, before we do anything,
Right.
And Jeff, cue the music. We got to give to you the Headversity metrics of the week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Roster. Headversity.com is the leader in mental workplace resilience. And if you don't believe me, you got to get to the website, headversity.com. Look, they're doing great things. They are going into workplaces and you name it, and they are tackling mental health issues and the stigma. So you want to reach out, sign up to the newsletter. You can get a hold of the gang. They are unreal. Thank you to headversity.com for all that they do. Now, when we talk about metrics,
Right.
You know, I got to say something's been happening. Something's in the water.
What's up?
I don't know, but I can tell you that in the British Columbias,
Right.
there's an explosion.
Really?
Explosion of downloads.
Really?
I don't know what it is.
Who's out there?
I don't know, but it's in the British Columbias.
I love
Not
it.
down south.
No,
not Columbias.
Not
or
Columbias.
No, the British ones.
British ones.
Right next door.
Right.
They love Real Locker
Well,
Room
that's
Talk.
great to hear.
So much so that
thank
just,
you.
just out of there alone, we've
Yeah.
gotten 16 downloads in less than a week.
Somebody's catching up.
Or somebody's
Z.
plural.
Yeah, sure.
More
maybe.
than one.
Possibly.
So I think to myself, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. We've peaked.
Yeah.
But no, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
Because we also get downloads from another radio station.
Oh, here, hold on.
And as I cue it up, I can't do it without Mitch cueing his music.
This was my wedding song, by the way. It was.
That's right. Agape Greek Radio, AGAPE, GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anywhere in the world. That's right, roster. Don't sweat it. You're going to Kuala Lumpur because you got to visit some family? Real Locker Room Talk's prime time, baby. Prime time, okay? That's what we're talking about. You're in the Emirates. You want to go see Dubai, see what it's all about.
Yeah.
You're bored at the hotel. All the liquor stores are closed. Guess what? Real Locker Room Talk, prime time. That's
Love
right.
it. I like it.
That's right. Stand the man and everything that they're doing is fantastic. Now, I also want, Roster, I want you guys to do a favor as well because they got something really, really happening in November and they're doing a fashion show.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and Stan, don't worry. Stan. Don't worry. We'll
Relax.
pull.
Honey,
We'll pull
baby.
through.
We got it. Don't
Sweetheart,
worry.
we're going to pull through.
You know we got this.
I know. But
Can you believe he wants us to do it?
I can't believe it.
I'm quite.
I can't. I feel like I'm a celebrity.
Coupe.
Maybe that's what we do. Let's just lip sync.
I think,
But anyways, they got the
we might be on
fashion
something.
show coming up, and it's going to be fantastic. So look, if you're in the area, traveling to the area, Greater Toronto area, come on, check it out. You go to agapegreekradio.com, not just to see our beautiful faces, Mitch.
No,
Not just that,
no. There's gonna be way better looking
but there's
people there. Way
a
better looking
stunning
people.
lineup
Yeah.
of events.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
I'm out.
All right, real quick. We've been talking about for weeks. Third annual Hellenic Greek Community Golf Tournament happening. The date has stayed the same for 2 weeks in a row, so it's got to happen. October the 10th, $250 for a foursome. That's a pretty good price for everybody.
Usually $250.
And if you're coming
only
by
gets you
yourself, it's
one.
$295. Why do you got to pay that premium? Well, if you're a loner, you got to pay a little bit more. That's just the way life is. Okay? Hey, it is what it is. But
That's right.
with that being said, you get food and coffee at the beginning, a little coffee and donuts to start you off, get you a little excited, okay, limber you up. Then as you proceed through the holes, there's advertisements, there's prizes to be won, and there's a little food on one of the holes as well. And then at the end, If that wasn't enough, you got a silent auction, you got a beautiful steak dinner, and a little Jeb Fink. You can't go wrong.
The Fink.
So make
that was
sure.
for real.
That one's for real. So make sure, October the 10th, make your way down to the Helena Greek community. It's at Elbow Springs. Easy course. I played it, and I'm not even that great of a golfer. Boom. There it is.
There you go.
In collaboration. Let's do it. Let's see you there. Dimitri, based on the injury right now, I don't know if you're going to be there, but I'll be there.
I can cart.
Yeah.
I could definitely cart. You know what? Maybe I need to take a
Maybe
polo.
you should just drive me around.
Maybe I need polo. I'll drive you around.
Yeah, I think this is what
I think it's a little bit. I think you deserve it. I think I should
Thank
pay
you.
you back. But I should do polo. You know,
Yeah, you
where
do.
I don't have to use my legs to
Yeah.
swing. Maybe just get on a horse.
You know what?
I've
wouldn't be
always
against
wanted
it.
a horse.
And you know what? I like this idea. I
I-
really like this idea. And one last thing, I want to do a quick shout out to Travis O'Shea. Travis, thanks for sending that message about college football and college sports being players are getting paid. And I know what you're doing, Travis. You're trying to bait me. You're trying to bait me. I know you want on the show,
You know, I've
but I'm
always
not
I've
falling for
loved
it, Travis.
I've
You
always loved
can't
the
get
guy.
me crazy. You can. I'm not going to let you do it. But if you really want to argue with me one day, Travis, I'm going to make it happen. You know why? Because I would love to put you in your spot. What?
You won't win. You won't win. The guy's right.
I'm going to win.
The
Don't
guy's
you worry.
right. He's right.
You know why I know I'm going to win? Even Tim Tebow agrees with me. And if Tim Tebow agrees with me, that's all that matters really.
You have a fair argument.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to go in the vote. Quick shout out for me too. Ryan, you're a babe. I love it. I love it. Okay, when this gets healed up, beers. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Maybe not beers. Maybe vodka soda. But anyways, thanks for listening. Comments, feedback is amazing. So thank you very much.
Let's start. Instead of the NFL, we're going to start with a little NHL. Why? Because the preseason has started. The regular season, can you believe this, starts in about 2 weeks' time. October the 2nd, first game of the season.
Yeah.
It's the defending champions, the St. Louis Blues, Costanzas, as we've
That's right.
given them
or
that tagline.
in France, they are the St. Louis Bleu.
Bleh. Yes. Versus the Washington Capitals. That's your 2019-2020 inaugural game to start it all off. But with all that being said, what you got right now is simply this. You got all the teams getting ready, gearing up, playing a little preseason, getting the legs working, getting guys trying to match up, saying, hey, I want to make this team. I want to make some money.
Sure.
And who's making all those strides? It's those younger guys. And right now, just the other day, Mitch Marner finally signed. Last week on the podcast, he had not signed. In fact, there was rumor that he was turning down 7 years, $11 million. Well, he ended up signing just a few days ago, Dimitri, to make it the four horsemen of the Toronto Maple Leafs. You got Mitch Marner signing 6 years, $10.6 million, $10.7 million over a 6-year period. Dimitri, the four horsemen consist of Austin Matthews, John Tavares, our boy Mitch Marner, and Michael Nylander. Has Toronto now completed? And will the apocalypse actually happen? Will the Stanley Cup finally land in Toronto?
I'm not going to say it is, but what I am going to say is they're always going to give themselves a chance with that lineup in front. But here's the problem I have. For some reason, defensemen in Toronto don't like to stick around. Now, I know they got Tyson Fury who's come back in, but they it's going to come down to the defense again on this team. I truly believe that. But I got a bone to pick.
Sure.
You know, the four horsemen, because we're old school wrestling guys,
Absolutely.
okay? The four horsemen consisted of Ric Flair and company.
Right.
You're telling me that these unproven young bucks that had done nothing are in the same league as the four horsemen? Are you kidding me right now? I would have accepted.
Yeah.
If Patrick Marleau had stuck around.
Sure.
And they put him in that mix.
Yeah.
I would have accepted that.
He would have been like the Arn Anderson of the group.
I would have been Arn Anderson. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got you.
But the four horsemen, you take that name away.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth. That is blasphemy.
It is.
What's next?
Blasphemy.
What's next?
I have no idea.
They're going to name themselves Jesus, Mohammed, Buddha, and everything. Like, what are they going to? Like, are they putting themselves at the pinnacle? Guys, come on.
I got to ask you a quick question, though. I agree with everything you're saying because, you offensively, you guys look
They're
great.
the Spirit Squad, is what they are right now.
Yeah, exactly. But a couple of things that I don't like about this, and it's not that I don't like the Mitch Marner signing. I think it's great.
No, I think it's a good sign.
It is a good sign.
You had to do it.
But you're absolutely right. You got a goalie in Anderson, but Anderson isn't like standing on his head. He's no Hasek. He's no, Patrick Roy. He's no Martin Brodeur. He's Anderson. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. That's it. You know what I mean? But defense, you guys lost them. You lost Gardner to Carolina, I believe it was.
That's right.
So right now, your offensive tip is on one side of the ice. The back end is not looking good. I completely
And let's
agree.
be honest, just the tip doesn't work.
It never works. Don't we know?
You need the whole thing.
You do. One day we'll know something about that. Maybe one. Let me ask you this though: do you find it a little ironic that they weren't able to sign him all summer? Then all of a sudden, this article came out: 7 years, 11 million was turned down, and then he signs for 6 and 10 this week. Do you feel like the media kind of maybe pushed Mitch a little bit? They got to give him a little shove, and he fell for the bait.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good point you bring up, but Mitch, I don't know. I really don't know. It strikes me as odd that when I see the term is too long, I don't want 7. I'll take the 6.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
So I only came to one conclusion.
Right.
What happened is that the guy who's representing Mitch Marner is the same guy that represents Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
And this is just how they do deals.
Right. Right. That's a good
less
point.
term, less money,
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Awesome.
Do you think that it was too much money for Mitch?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, look, on one side of the argument, okay,
with
sure.
and I mean, sorry to interrupt you, he's making more than Connor McDavid.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You can't look at... I don't like looking at deal. If someone signs a deal 2 years ago,
Right.
and in 2017, and then a guy comes in and signs a deal in 2019, it's not a good comparison.
I agree.
Right? Because the market's changing, the price is changing.
Yeah.
Personally, is it too much money because we've been sports fans for such a long time that we equate value to old prices?
Sure.
Just like Greeks at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Hey, I was paying ground beef $2 a kilo in 1989. What is this, $10?
You know
Get
what?
the hell out of here, you son of a bitch.
When
I go to wholesale.
When I see Greek men talking at a cafaneo and having coffees, all they're talking about is one thing and one thing only: the price of tomatoes.
Oh, the
That's
price
it.
of the tomato.
That's all they're talking
And then they
about.
complain how tasteless it is too.
From the East Coast to the West Coast,
man,
that is
it's
all
brutal.
they're talking about.
So, with
¿Cuánto
that-
pides tu kilo? That's it. That's all they're talking about. That's it.
So with that being said, what I think, yes, he got fair market value for a top tier player.
Honestly speaking, I think he might. And I love the Mitch. Love a guy named Mitch.
How do you not
I
like
think
Mitch?
it's slightly too much money for him, but hey, take what you can. Respect all to you. I got a question for you. Our boy here in Calgary, Matthew Tkachuk, he still hasn't been signed. Is he going to get that kind of cash, you think?
See, now here's where if he gets that kind of cash,
Right.
it's not worth it. Because, the production's on different levels.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
I don't think he's
so-
going to get 10, but I mean, is he going to get 9?
Well, if he does, then they better
High
lock,
eights?
they better lock him in for a long, long time. See, the problem is, Mitch, why don't they get the performance bonus structure back? Where you go and you say, look, you're getting $7 million, it's capped, you're done. But if you score 30 goals, you get more, 40. Like, come on, let's get the incentives back.
You know who's going crazy right now? South Carolina Georgia's going crazy right now. Johnny Hockey's going crazy right now.
Oh yeah,
Because they want to be a part of this discussion. I think we should bring these guys on sooner than later. They got to give us the inside on this NHL stuff.
Well, we got Johnny High. He's going to give us the inside.
And
by the way, that's pucking around with Johnny.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, follow the blog. He's coming in hot.
he's coming in real
Okay.
hot. And big news came in just earlier today. Brock Besser, Vancouver's, creme de la creme player. He signs a 3-year, $5.875 million. I like the sounds of that.
Great value.
Great value.
Great value.
I actually really like that deal. We're going to talk a little bit about
Okay.
that later in Rapid Banter. From here, we jump over to where?
The juggernaut.
NFL. The juggernaut.
There you go.
It's time to talk a little NFL. Week 2 is in the books. You know what? And you called it last week. Do not fall for anything that falls in week 1. Just relax.
Take it easy.
Let the dominoes start falling. Let's see what happens. And you're absolutely correct. Week 2 started kind of showing everyone who's real, who's not real. Still early, but it gave a little bit of insight into what's going on. And for those that suck, boy, do you guys, and you know which team you are, and we'll talk about you in a few seconds, Dolphins. You guys are not, are you even trying? Are you even just forfeit? Maybe just forfeit the games, I'm thinking. That could be better for you, all right? But this week, we talked about it earlier.
Ace Ventura is looking at this team and
Yes.
saying, I did all this work to save the team for this?
For this?
For this?
Are you kidding me?
This is what I had to rescue Snowflake? Dan Marino, who's tied up because Roger Podacter got killed, and Lois Einhorn, who was really Ray Fink. Like, you know what I mean? He had to uncover all this for this.
Can I just say something? You literally just gave me an idea. If this Dolphin team right now, 2019 Dolphins, 2020 Dolphins, are not real about playing, because a lot of players have come out and said, I want off this team and blah, blah. If they don't want to play, what about a team full? Because it's the 100-year inauguration of the NFL. What if you start bringing back Marino as quarterback? Why don't you bring back Barry Sanders as running back? Make an all-star team of the top 100 players for the Dolphins, since they don't want to play.
That's
Maybe
right.
bring back the boys, and I guarantee you'll get a better production out of these old timers, quote unquote, than you would with these guys playing right now.
Oh, this is bad.
They are bad, man. I haven't seen a bad team like this in years.
It's tough. It's tough to watch.
It's horrible.
Whew.
Now, granted, I have New England as my defense for my fantasy, so appreciate it last week. But with all due respect, this is a horrible team.
Killing
Now,
it in the one league.
Thanks. Yeah,
You're number
not
one.
bad. Yeah, it's a little something.
Defending,
You know how I'm defending champ.
Defending champion at number one.
But you're two-time. I'm only just trying to match up
and
to
I'm
you.
a third. Two-time and third. Had a good week.
We got a nice a nice little stranglehold on that.
That's right.
That's what we do. I got at the top. You got the bottom. That's the way it is.
Hey, it's just a Saturday night for us.
Exactly. Listen, with that being said, this week two did consist of some crazy things going on. Pittsburgh has lost Ben Roethlisberger for the entire year. He's hurt with an elbow injury.
Insane.
Gone. Drew Brees gone from the Saints for the next 6 weeks, plus if everything goes to smooth. 6 weeks, the Saints have lost their number one, in my opinion, maybe the best quarterback in the league right now. All right? Jalen Ramsey, he's not very happy. He wants out of Jacksonville. So Jacksonville in 1 week has lost Nick Foles and their best offensive player, let's say. And now all of a sudden their best defensive player doesn't want to play for them anymore.
Yep.
And then what else do we got? We got also, pardon me, Lamar Jackson is just tearing it up right now. 2 weeks in, last week, 250 yards passing, 125 yards rushing. Out of those 5 scenarios I just gave you, and Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is tearing it up for the Cowboys right now. Respect. 5 scenarios. Which one is the headline right now? Like, which one would you say is the one you want to talk about the most?
Okay, so for me, there's 2. If I were to say what is the headline here, the headline for me is Jalen Ramsey. Where's he going to end up? Because we're talking, when a guy wants out on a team like that, you know he's going somewhere good. And you know immediately that team is going from good to great.
Right.
Or great to even greater. Right?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
That's the headline for me. But what I actually do want to talk about...
Real quick, do you think he's a little overrated, though?
No.
I feel like he is slightly. 2 years ago, I felt like he took the league apart. He's still... I hope the Packers grab him. Don't get me wrong. I was
thinking that too. I'm like,
oh my God, it'd be fantastic.
Oh my goodness,
I'm gonna start crying.
I'll sell
crying.
Green Bay, I'll sell my share.
No, don't do that.
You're right.
You only have one. Yeah. What am I gonna do? Split mine with you? What are we gonna do here? But in all honesty, though, I just feel like, is he a little overhyped? But if he's not, either way.
No,
okay, I agree with what you're saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying because he had a monster season a couple years ago. Jacksonville has this incredible run. What have you done for me lately? But here's the thing, Mitch. He's always doing his job week in, week out. That type of position, it's not the Stardust position, right? The quarterback position is. He needs everyone else to do their jobs to make him look like he's efficient. But he actually shows up week in, week out. And to compare that, if you look at what's happening in Denver, sorry to segue a bit, you look at what's happening in Denver, these guys got incredible pieces. You got Von Miller right now. You know, I mean, are we going to sit here and say that Von Miller's not doing his job because the Denver Broncos are 0-2 right now and can't seem to get anything going? No, you can't do that. So going back to what you asked me about what's the headline, but here's what I do really want to talk about.
Yeah.
And it pains me, Mitch.
Say it.
It pains me.
Just say it.
I really don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Okay, what?
But it's Dak Prescott and the Dallas. Whew. Is Jeff dusting? It's the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, you got it out of me. Look, let me tell you something about the Dallas Cowboys. This team is legit. Okay, we got to talk about them because if people aren't respecting them, they're in for big trouble. They look conditioned. They look ready to go. And I know this is crazy, but when you bring back a guy like Jason Witten, which I'm sorry, you can't cut it on prime time. I get it. It's maybe not your forte. However, everything's coming together for this team, okay? Everything's coming together. If you look what's happening in the offense, it's right now primed for Dak Prescott. You got Amari Cooper on the deep ball, no problem. You got Randall Cobb, comes over from Green Bay. This guy is an 8 to 10 yard specialist. Cross routes, no problem. You got Ezekiel Elliott, my opinion, best running back in the game. No problem. And on top of it, you got a very athletic quarterback. Guys, be careful. Oh, and I forgot, the defense happens to be playing well too. So, guys, I never thought I'd see the day where I'd agree with you, Mitch, that this Dallas Cowboy team might make their way potentially to the Super Bowl. Guys, watch out.
Boom. You know what? I love it when you agree with me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Where am I?
I love it. You know what? For me, I would say those are the Jalen Ramsey. You make a really good point. You're absolutely right. Whichever team he lands on, and rumor has it, I am not joking you, the Patriots are in running for Ramsey. And if he's smart and he's willing to take a little less money just to get there, man, it's almost like this is getting out of control. Like, I don't really believe in super teams in any sort of league, but this is getting right up there. This is literally getting right up there. With that being said, I think that the Pittsburgh loss, obviously with Ben leaving and being hurt, their season was already tough. It was going to be a tough year because of the loss of AB, because of the fact that, 1 year later, now Connor and Juju have to actually take precedent of that offense. Long story short, no Ben, no way. They ain't winning that division. I picked them to win that division. I'll forfeit that pick right now. They're done. It's definitely between Cleveland and Baltimore now going into that AFC North. Now, with that being said, there's a few teams that are left that are 0-2. Dimitri, the question to you is, any team that is 0-2 actually only has an 11% chance of making the playoffs, believe it or not. Like, that early in the season, you're 0-2, you're almost done, but you still got an 11% chance of making the playoffs. Dimitri, the question is, of these teams, which team will make the playoffs, do you think? The Broncos, the Panthers, the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Jags, the Giants, or the Redskins? Which team has the potential to maybe still make the playoffs?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Zero.
None of them, you don't think?
I think every team that you just mentioned will not make the playoffs. However, what I will say, in my opinion, the team that has the better odds, believe it or not, is Washington, because they're in a very, very terrible division outside of Dallas. I got to say, and you know what? If you look at Philadelphia, I know Philadelphia's playing great, but guys, all they got to do is split with them. To me, that's it. But I'll say zero. I'm almost willing to put a bet that none of those teams make the playoffs.
That's a good bet. I like that.
Do we prop that?
I think you prop that. In all honesty, the only one here that might, I agree with you, it'd probably be the Redskins, and dare I say maybe the Panthers, but I'm still not sold on it. I think the Panthers are done. After watching that game last week,
that's tough.
They got no confidence in Cam. Cam doesn't look right now. There's something, and I'm not talking about him on the field. It's off the field stuff that I sometimes I will look into, and his conference and how he is. I don't know. He doesn't look like he's mentally there. He seems like he's kind of lost it out.
I never thought about it, but we're talking. You got to start thinking trade.
Well,
do you cut it loose?
Well, you know what? New owner doesn't have any sort of love to Cam. He didn't draft Cam. And so, yeah, Cam might be gone sooner than later. With that being said, it's time to make the pick'em segment. Dimitri, last week, we had to pull the rule book on Paul and basically explain why he didn't cheat on purpose, but Paul didn't understand what was going on. So the respect of the matter is that we had to explain to Paul that rules were broken, that we now had to play them again, and we ended up losing again. However, there's another rule that was somewhat broken that I need you to explain once again to the fans and to the roster.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, we're not out here to cheat. Okay, we're honest people.
Yeah, we're honest people.
But rules are rules.
Right.
And we have to respect them, right? And we have to follow them. And so here's what happened, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, here's something that happened. if you go back to the rule book, upon further review,
Right.
what happened in the Pick'em segment is, yes, on the surface, it shows that Paul beat us by 1 game. It coming down to last night's thrilling Jets versus Browns game. Wow. I couldn't keep my eyes off. But the thing is that if you do the instant replay and you slow it down a touch, last week you'll know that I said Tampa Bay, and then I'm like, just kidding, I'm going Carolina.
Right.
Apparently,
Yes.
that's against the rules.
That's right.
Because you can't bait and switch.
No, you can't.
Okay, so the pick was actually Tampa Bay, which now puts us at a dead even tie.
Exactly.
However, there's more.
There's more to it.
There's
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
The 5-star pick of the week on each side, unfortunately.
Right.
Okay, and roster, pay attention.
Yeah, watch this.
This is critical.
Very critical.
Apparently, there's a rule in section 19, okay, verse 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's written like the Bible, whatever,
Yeah,
okay? Don't question us on it. But apparently in section 19, when it comes to the 5-star pick, it goes by level of difficulty. So when you pick the Patriots over the Dolphins as your 5-star pick, you get the double point. But apparently,
this is the rule.
There's the rule.
We didn't write it.
I had to go back.
Yeah.
Apparently, when you pick a game like the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts, it counts as 3.
It counts as 3.
So we won.
So technically we won.
However,
yeah.
Just to show the roster, we're not cheaters.
We're not cheats.
Okay, we're not in it.
No.
You know, we're not like that. We're gonna give Paul the tie.
That's right.
Right? So you can play again.
I feel like Paul might deserve to win this though. I feel like I should throw the yellow flag and say, you know what, Paul?
It's too close to call.
It's too close to call.
You know what? You're right. Let's give him the victory.
Let's give him the victory. Because people are going to think we're fixing this.
And we're not.
And we're not.
Paul is 1-0-1.
But I think people get our point.
How they get the rules. Doesn't matter about our point.
Yeah.
Rules are rules. And if we have no structure.
Good point.
You think Alchemy Studios, the door opens up on its own?
Yeah.
You think kids come in here and become genius engineer, music geniuses
Purge?
on your own?
Yeah.
You can have some respect. And Paul, read a rule or two, man.
Yeah.
Read a rule or two.
Every week we got to dictate this to you.
Holy smokes. Had I known, I got Tasso going first. Okay? So, anyways, let's get into the pick'em.
All right.
It's us versus Paul again.
For one more week. And hopefully it ends this week. Hopefully it's done.
Hopefully it ends.
So what we did this week is, rather than bore you guys, we're just going to tell you what games we did agree on and which games that we didn't agree on, so that we could go through this a little bit faster and get to the fun stuff.
Exactly.
Right? All right. So the games we did agree on, Paul versus Real Locker Room Talk / Dimitri and I, is this: Tennessee over the Jags, Philly over the Lions, the Pats over the Jets, which is Paul's 5-star pick of the week. But guess what, Paul? Dimitri?
It's also our 5-star money making
matchup
pick of the week.
You love it.
Why you New England. I'm a New England fan. I'm gonna pick the easy games. Yeah, well, we're gonna be riding. We're with you. We outsmarted you.
That's what happens when you send your picks in right away. KC against Baltimore. We've both taken KC.
Yep.
The Packers. Paul decided to take the Packers over Denver. Well, thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's nice. The Cowboys to beat the Dolphins. The 49ers to beat Pittsburgh. Poor Pittsburgh. Houston to beat the LA Chargers. The LA Ram Illuminati to beat the Cleveland Browns. That one should be a fun game. That's the Sunday night game.
Are they not the Illuminati? Like, look what they do to the Saints again. Remember I told you, Illuminati versus the Saints.
You guys thought we were joking. We were joking.
If we get into the situation again, New Orleans, I just want you to know from week 2, the calls are going against you.
Absolutely.
Don't mess around here.
And then in the Monday Nighter, we both chose Chicago over Washington. Which games did we not agree on? Well, Dimitri and I, took Cincinnati, and Paul took the Bills. I got to be honest, I'm a little nervous on this one, but hey, the 2-0 Bills, since he's not playing that great, they're 0-2, but I think since he's due, I like your pick, Dimitri, there. That was your pick. I like it. Let's take it,
sometimes history repeats itself. And look, the Bills, they've been doing this for the last couple of years, starting out hot and just pulling the wool over people's eyes. Guess what? They're losing. Paul, sorry, man, but they're losing. I love what you're
doing there. And I can't believe this happened. Oakland versus Minnie. Me and you are taking the purple team. Paul took Oakland. This one's in Mini. I actually got to be honest. I don't know how Mini showed me that they still can play, man. They're a pretty talented
Packers
team.
game wasn't out of control.
No,
Green Bay starts out hot, but Minnesota, It was a one-score game, you guys.
Absolutely.
It was a one-score game. Yeah.
It's Carolina versus Arizona. We've decided to take the Arizona Cardinals at home against Paul's Carolina Panthers. To me, it's the quarterback might as well play on both sides of the field. They're the same guy.
That's right, because we have the cajona for the zona, Paul.
That's right. I like it. It's the New Orleans Saints without Drew Brees. Paul said, I like them against the Seattle Seahawks at home, the 12th man. We had no choice. You got to take the 12th man. We got an extra player.
You got to take it.
Got an extra guy.
Unfair advantage.
Yeah, sorry, Paul. I don't know what's going on there. And Paul is sticking to his gun. This is where I respect Paul. He is loving his New York Giants. Why? Because, hey, they decided to bench Manning, go with Jones, but we said no. The Bucks got an extra couple of days. We're taking the Bucks at home.
That's right. And so it's funny. We basically just did a swap, right?
We did a swap.
We take the Giants last week. They don't pull through. Paul's like, it's, we're taking it this week. We legitimately, apparently by the rule book, took the Bucks last week, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Right? So now we're riding. Again, these rules, crazy.
Crazy rules.
It's crazy rules.
And in the last game, this is the one that caused a little controversy between you and I. Paul took the Colts, and we took Atlanta. And I have to admit, I almost want to jump ship and go with Paul. I like this one as the trap game of the week. I like the Colts, but you've convinced me otherwise. We're taking Atlanta. We feel like they finally went over their hump, which was on that Sunday night game. So Atlanta, there it is. Next week, it's on again, Paul. It's on again.
That's right.
Done. All right, from there, we go to, you know what? It's everyone's favorite minute. It's time for the CFL Maclin Minute.
No way. Already?
Already?
Yes.
Yes. We're doing it. Are you going to time me? You want to time me?
You want me to time you?
Well, I mean, you're the only other person.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jeff's doing work, and we're sitting here talking.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
And go.
So, it's the Stamps. They pulled off a miracle win the other night against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. A blocked field goal to win the game. You never hear about that. Hamilton gets down. They're about to kick the field goal, and there's a guy on the team that literally, he might as well play the NBA. This guy literally jumped 100 feet in the air, blocked the kick. Boom! Stampeders win the game. From there, we go to watch Toronto, BC, and Ottawa. The three worst teams in the CFL? No. It's actually the Miami Dolphins are the worst team in the CFL and the worst team in the NFL. I don't know how it's been done, but the Dolphins have done it. They are the worst team in both leagues. Congratulations to the Miami Dolphins. I absolutely love it. And finally, it's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Jeff, I know this is going to kill you a little bit, but I've been watching them. They're starting to fall apart a little bit. Is the Winnipeg Jets the bridesmaids of the CFL? The answer is yes.
You rehearsed that.
I did.
That was a minute on the money.
You like that, huh?
That's the money-making matchup.
Cat, we did it, baby. We did it.
I just don't know how you can relate the Jets to the Bombers. I mean, I'm just
say.
The Jets, they carry the Bombers
right
in real life. That's what a Jet does. Right?
Are you ready?
And does it make sense?
Exactly.
Am I ready?
It's time for the Major League Minute.
That's right,
Brought to you by.
Cue it up.
And go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is so exciting. We only have 10 to 12 games left before the season is over and the playoffs begin.
I love it.
And speaking of the playoffs, that's right, the Atlanta Braves are the next team to clinch a playoff berth. Do you want to know why? Not because of Josh D. It's because of Alex Anthopoulos. When a Greek runs the ship, you're guaranteed results. And that's the Major League Minute.
You know what? That could be a new record. That could be a new record. 30.4 seconds.
Look, we've been done.
You made your point.
Okay, fair enough. You're right.
I like it. I like it. In all honesty, the next 30 seconds would have been what? Nothing. Air. No one. You got your point across.
I got it across.
No,
I just felt over to the fans. You know what I mean?
Did.
We said,
I think you did.
Hey,
you know what, Jeff? Can I just tell you something?
all right.
Right on time.
Cool.
Right on time.
His time or our time?
No, honestly, I think on his time this time. I'm looking at the rapid banter. I'm looking at what we got next.
So Jeff came with a proposal last week. He's like, guys, I think that you guys should do the minute rule on every segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was okay, and now the pick a minute Tampa Bay, San Francisco. The podcast goes down to 9 minutes.
All right, it's time for everyone's
That's
favorite
what I
segment.
think it would be without all the bullshit. Which makes it
You
entertaining.
call it bullshit. We call it banter. We call it what the people want.
A lot of filler.
There's like
A
9
lot
minutes.
of. We're like the
actual
Beyond
content.
Meat of podcasts.
Yeah, well,
All
absolutely.
filler.
Okay,
All filler.
here we go.
Here we go. Rapid banter. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get her started. We talked about it earlier. Mitch Marner, 6 years, 10.6. Brock Besser, 3 years, 5.875. Who got the better deal?
Vancouver.
Rapid banter. Giannis last week was quoted as saying he loves Milwaukee, loves the state of Wisconsin, and he thinks he will be a Buck for a long time. Is he real or is he lying?
Seems like contract is coming up soon.
Rapid banter. You know, like we're Green Bay guys,
Yeah.
but love's a hard
Relax.
word, Yanni.
Relax.
Agape?
Relax.
Agape?
man.
The only agape we know is Agape Greek Radio, brought to you by.
Well done.
Here's another one. Undefeated teams: Green Bay, the Ravens, Dallas, San Fran, Seattle, Bills, Pats, LA, Ram Illuminati, KC, and Detroit. Believe it or not, which team will stay undefeated the longest?
New England.
Damn it.
Rapid banter. Nah, I don't mind, but
Patrick Laine still has no contract. Brian Burke was on, I believe, Sid and Tim the other day, and he was on there and said, listen, outside of his offensive abilities, he's a defensive liability. Is Brian right, or is one of the top scorers in the league worth the defensive risk?
I think Brian's got to learn where to draw the line, eh?
Rapid banter.
That's pretty good. I like that. Where do you think Jalen Ramsey will go? I'm changing up rapid banter. if you
Yeah,
guys,
where do I think he'll go? Green Bay Packers.
Rapid banter. Here's my favorite name of all time. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. That's it?
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, sure. Says he is the best player to ever play in the MLS. Cocky or damn right I am?
2 words. Alexei Lalas.
Rapid banter.
You know, just thank you. I'm dropping the ball this week, and you, sir, are picking it up. I appreciate it.
They're easy questions.
Yeah,
They're
hey,
easy
sure.
questions.
Joe Mixon, Bengals, RLT, and he is one of our fantasy guys, right? He has an issue with the Bengals fans leaving early last week and booing. His advice, if you think it's this easy, why don't you come down and play? Is he right? Or, coach, put me in.
Woo! Rapid banter.
I don't even know what that meant.
Well, you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. He's inviting him down.
I like it.
I'm just amazed at how whiny these players are for their
isn't that the
$3-4 million
truth?
dollars a year.
Crazy.
Hey.
You know, real quick. Think about it. AB starts bitching and complaining. He gets ousted out and goes to the best team, or goes to the New
yeah.
England Patriots. Jalen Ramsey, best player on his team. Oh, I don't like it anymore. I got to fight with my coach. Now he's going to end up going on some Super Bowl contender. Joe Mixon here. Oh, I don't like when people boo me. Oh, I don't like it. What happened, Matt? The squeaky wheel is getting the oil here, and it's not good for any sport.
The NFL's got to change hard knocks to soft touches.
Isn't that the truth?
That's what
Rapid
Rapid
banter.
banter. Yeah. And now on NFL timeouts, and our sister show, NFL, go stand in the corner until you find out what you've done wrong.
Preseason, we said in hockey has started, means nothing. I'm not sure, but here's what happened. James Neal scored. Did we already lose this deal? Rapid banter. Kyle Murray, rookie QB, number 1 pick overall, has thrown for 300 plus yards in both his 2 games that he started. Last player to do it was Cam Newton. Aw, shit. Or yeah, I'm cool with that comparison.
Oh, shit.
Rapid banter. Tim Tebow says the college athletes should not get paid. His opinion or God's word?
Hey, man, you know, people are allowed to get paid before they get married. Relax.
Rapid banter. You know, I wonder, do you think he's still a Virgo?
You think so? No.
You
no,
know,
not
I
anymore.
wonder, what he got paid in the college years.
Isn't that, you know what's funny? That's an
how
actual
many
joke
cars
and a
did
real
he
thing.
get? How many trips did
So
he
true.
get? How many
So
perks,
true.
right?
So true.
I actually believe he's the only one that literally didn't take any. Was he offered? Absolutely. Did he take it? No. This is a guy
Really?
that's legitimately still a virgin. If he hasn't, he won't have sex till he's married. So think about it. He went to Florida.
What part of Utah did he go to church in?
I wish we had YouTube right now because Jeff's face just explained it all right now.
That
What
explains
kind
it
of
all.
freaking rock star is he?
This is so good. Thank you, Jeff. It's do you know what today is?
September?
It's Phil Jackson's birthday, one of the best coaches of all time in any
All time.
league. Who's the better coach, Phil or Bill?
Oh, I see. I know what you're doing. I'm going Phil.
Rapid banter. I can't believe you just said that.
Different teams. He's done it on different teams.
Brett Favre's family tried to get him to play again after Luck retired. How close was the gunslinger from strapping him on again?
What, strapping on his Wranglers or the uniform?
Rapid banter.
Actually, can I rephrase?
Sure.
He was one dick pick away.
Rapid banter. How dare you speak of the Favre that way? How dare you? Miami Heat. I'm not sure if you heard about this. This is fantastic news for all of us weirdos out there. They currently play in American Airlines Arena. Currently. Bang Bros, that Bang Bros has put in a $10 million bid to rename it Bang Bros Stadium. They would put some initials on there. Great marketing, or damn, this could get really crazy.
Care less, I'm a Brazzers guy.
Rapid banter. I love that.
That's amazing.
Sticking to that
That's
persona.
amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Like,
How
amazing is that?
I don't even
Can I
want to
top- I can
comment.
top it.
I don't want to even alienate your audience.
I mean, talk about mascots. Right, I mean, talk about. But here's the thing. You know, in Greece one year, believe it or not, a brothel sponsored a Greek soccer team.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, that's
There you
right.
go. You know,
A brothel, I can understand. These guys just have a van and a camera.
It's true.
Holy crap!
But that
man.
talk about like no.
how do you put that on?
they
an
don't even
expense
have
report?
ice cream.
Yeah, camera, data.
Right, exactly. What are
gas,
What are repairs
gas.
on a van like that? And how? What do you? At what period do you amortize that?
That's it. You know what? You probably could do over 5-6 years
Yeah.
if it's a van.
A van like that, you buy it for 3 years, you don't fix it, and then you get rid of it.
See, they're dumb.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
because
that's
if I was in the Bang
Yeah.
Bros van business, I
Right.
work out a deal with like West Coast Choppers, or those custom ride shows. I mean, what a great partnership that is.
Sure, that's it. Yeah, that's
I
not
mean,
a bad
you know.
idea. But they seem to be doing okay if
It's
they're
not
putting a
even
$10
really
million
bus,
bill.
is it? It's more of
It's
a
not a
Honda
bus.
Odyssey.
Yeah, it's more of a cube van, really. You know,
Does that count as a van?
I think so.
It's more of a Sprinter. I guess they say van. I don't know.
You know,
I
who knows?
digress.
Yeah, sure. Let's move on. Last one, you got Garoppolo, the San Francisco 49ers QB, who I've been giving a hard time for years. You know, I just never thought he was worth
So
the money.
is Kia Maria.
And so, and that's to my point. Kia Maria likes him. Hey, they've gone on a few dates.
Yes.
Well, the San Francisco 49ers last year drafted this guy named Nick Bosa, and now Rochelle Ryan, another porn star, has come on and said, hey, I wouldn't mind getting a little hookup with Nick. My question is simply this. The 49ers have now become easily my new favorite team, but who's got the better tandem? Is it Nick Bosa and Rochelle Ryan or Garoppolo and Kia Maria?
It's Garoppolo Kia Maria. He's the quarterback, baby.
Rapid banter.
I think either guy, you just buy a van, you're set.
You know what? That's exactly it. Why are these guys playing football? They just can buy a van.
They don't need a
The San
Mercedes.
Francisco Sprinters. The San Francisco Econolines are.
Lottie.
It's funny. They're called, that's, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to say anything. Jeff,
You know-
we are ahead of schedule. I'm telling
The
you.
MILFs
Looking
love.
good.
They're loving
They
it.
love the 49ers.
They love the 49ers.
Wow. This is the show that should be Hard Knocks.
Yes.
Or hard-
Well, we're doing a lot better than those little baby athletes right now. All crying. Train me. I need to be trained.
my helmet hurts.
Oh my God. All right. From there, we go to everyone's favorite segment. It's the one that really it is the cherry on top of the creme de la creme.
There
right?
you go.
It's the Maga Malaka.
It's where everyone knows your name. It's the cheers of segments on real locker room talk.
Isn't that
At the
the
end of the
Maga?
day, you can walk right in, and this is what you get. That's right. It's Maga versus Malaka.
Exactly.
And I gotta say,
Yeah.
because we got a little bit lazy, Mitch, right?
Yeah.
We take the roster for granted. I got some feedback, and I had people saying, "Hey, what's a Maga? What's a Malaka?" Because we stopped explaining it, and as we get more downloads and roster members, so again, a Maga is good, the dude, the man, someone who's sharp's got the pizzazz. We love the Maga. No, Malaka's a jerk off. Okay, in every
Right.
sense of the word, we don't like the Malaka.
Right.
So we got the Maga good, Malaka bad.
Now, injuries have plagued week 2, both from the NFL to the boxing world to everything, right?
That's right.
So me and you started chatting about it, and we said, hey, you know what? Injuries are one of those things that, like, they're legit, and based on your scenario, really legit, or they're like ones like you got to fight through the pain, all right? Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to do injuries, Maga or Malaka. Which one's real? Which one's a real Malaka? Which one's a Maga? Let's do it. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Jeff, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. In hockey, and especially during playoff time, they drop these 2 scenarios. Let's start with the first one. The lower body injury, Maga or Malaka?
I got to go Malaka. I want to know what it is. Because if that lower body injury
Yeah.
is a sore toe, hey,
Right.
when I have gout and I have sore toes, I show up to the podcast. I think it's Malaka. I want to know.
Malaka it is. I think I agree with you. However, I've seen you on gout. I don't know if you had got onto your skates if you had your gout.
Do you know how many hockey games I played on the gout?
Have you?
I have.
Okay, respect that.
You gotta
I didn't know.
work. You gotta
All right,
work.
from the lower body, we go to the upper body. Upper body injuries, Maga or Malaka?
Yeah, I got to say Maga. I got
Maga.
to say I got to say Maga. There's a lot more that can go wrong.
Like what? What do you mean? Like, give me a scenario.
The concussion stuff.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Maga, you're right. Here's one I pulled off just a couple of seconds ago. Kevin
Was
Mitchell.
that the lower body or upper body?
Kevin Mitchell, a couple years ago, baseball player. He was microwaving some chocolate, bit into it, and he somehow broke his tooth, burnt it. Is that a Maga or Malaka injury? Busting your tooth.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, what about Drew Brees had it this weekend? I hate to say it, the thumb injury. Is that a Maga or Malaka? I mean, we are talking about the thumb. This separates us from the monkeys. This is important.
That's right. The opposable thumb.
I think it's a Maga
I think
injury.
it's
You hurt
Maga
your
too.
thumb. You might as well be a monkey.
How else are you supposed to grip that
What else are you
ball?
going to do?
What are you gonna? Yeah. What can you do?
It's a Maga injury. It may not seem like a big deal, but it's a big deal. It's a Maga.
Maga.
Let's go to everyone's favorite. It's plantar fasciitis, Maga or Maga. If you're a long distance runner, it's one of these things. You're going to hurt the heel of your foot. Mm-hmm. Is that a Maga or a Malaka injury?
Oh, come on, man. That's a Malaka. Because come on. You know how long you have to run to have that to happen? You should be running that long in the first place. Do you see those long marathon runners? They don't need to run. They need to eat.
They got to eat, but you know what? I'm not joking. I've dealt with it. It's a real thing.
Oh, yeah, because you're at a professional level, Mitch.
No,
yeah,
no, I'm not saying I'm
firing at high
professional.
octane.
God knows, especially staring at me right now. I ain't no avid runner. Love
Yeah.
my running, but
Not
but
an
it does
avid
hurt.
runner.
The legs. Once your legs start going, it hurts, man.
Oh, I know about legs going.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
digress. I'm
but
sorry.
I'm with you on this one. Listen, here's one that's happened to all of us. And believe it or not, it happens in sports law. And people think I'm joking right now, but I'm kind of serious, but kind of joking.
The clap.
That's why we're finding out. The clap is next on the list. Hold on. It's the paper cut. Maga or Malaka. Believe it or not, pitchers have a big problem with paper cuts, especially on their hands, their throwing hands.
Look, I'm going to say Maga because not only can it affect sports performance, it gets you outside. Lemon, if you're around lemon juice, you're not safe.
You're not safe.
Okay, you can't put pressure.
Vinegar, you're not good.
Not safe.
My mouth is just hitting the floor, but it's dropping. Like, where are they getting these paper cuts from? Signing $2 million contracts?
Also a great point by Jeff.
And take it away, Jeff.
Yep,
You're
he's
right.
right.
You're right again with your wisdom.
All right, here's one that happened. This is legit. This happened to Adam Eaton, a pitcher from the San Diego Chargers, or San Diego, pardon me, the San Diego Padres. He literally stabbed himself in the stomach with his pocket knife accidentally while he was trying to open a DVD. So I'm not really sure which injury. Is it the pocket knife or trying to open a DVD? Is the Maga or Malaka here?
I mean, I think we've all been there. I think that's Maga. I mean, that's tough.
No, that's
They
full
really are.
Malaka. Full Malaka.
You
Full
wouldn't be
Malaka.
saying that if you were trying to open your CD.
You
wouldn't
don't
be saying that.
You don't even need a knife to open it.
Well, we know that now.
Full Malaka on that one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Always open away from you.
Always. So there's another player, Joel Zomala. And you're not going to believe this one. This guy was throwing like 90, 95 miles an hour.
Before the paper cut?
No, this one's even worse, maybe. He had to take months off because of wrist inflammation from playing too much Guitar Hero. So Guitar Hero, Maga or Malaka?
Jeff, I'll let you answer this
Carpal
one.
tunnel Guitar Hero. Listen, ordinarily I'd say Maga, but when you're getting paid to do a job and it interferes, I gotta say.
I think you're right. For the record, on expert level, it is a very hard game.
Here's my story about Guitar Hero. I was with my sons and their friends. All four of us are playing Guitar Hero. I'm the only real guitar player in the group. In case you haven't played Guitar Hero, it's set up to be, I guess, anti-instinctual if you're a musician, right?
Right.
The notes are not where they expect you to be. So I failed miserably at the Guitar Hero. I then picked up my guitar and played all the songs that they were playing to. Still
Yeah.
no respect, still nothing.
There was a game that came out.
Dad, you still didn't win.
See, there was a game that came out that actually you're able to plug in your real guitar. And then
That's cool.
And then on the master level, they were the actual full-fledged chords. Or
Yeah,
tablature.
well, that makes sense. You're having
Yeah.
fun, you're playing, and you're learning. You can
absolutely.
apply that skill, right?
Yeah, no, Guitar Hero is a memorization game.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Once you get it.
Now, here's the last one that I found, kind of a weird injury. It's a gentleman named Chris Coughlin. He played for the Marlins. He hits a home run. So what do they do, especially if you do a walk-off home run? They usually grab their helmets, they throw them onto the field, or they grab the Gatorade. Well, this Gatorade had shaving cream. It got in his eyes. He didn't know what happened. He buckled his knee and ended up losing the rest of the season. Is that a Maga or Malaka situation? Buckling the knee with shaving cream in your eyes.
That's Malaka, man.
I think that's right up there with pulling your groin trying to catch the bouquet, right?
There's so many here. I just pulled them up on Google. There's so many weird injuries that occurred. And we could go on and on, but we'll leave it at that. Jeff, look at that. Right on time.
Nice job,
You're
guys.
welcome,
I'm pretty
sir.
impressed. I'm pretty
First time
impressed.
ever.
Yeah,
No
amazing.
marketing. Matt, episode 94. We talked NFL. We talked NHL. What else you want from us?
I'll tell you what they want from us. They want to know exactly who helps us make this possible. It's alchemystudio.ca. It is headversity.com. It's agapegreekradio.com. Roster, you guys are amazing. The iTunes downloads and transition has been fantastic. Again, you can follow us on iTunes. You can still get us on Podbean. RealLockerRoomTalk.com. At Mitch and Dimitri is how you find us on the social medias. And Mitch said it, episode 94. We got to shove it in the locker because we got to hit the showers.
This is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
I'm still thinking about this whole porn thing that's going on with the 49ers. What? This could be the worst thing that happens for that
Joke
team.
for you. What's a 69 but deeper?
Jeff, we don't do
A
math.
49er. Oh. That's why the Mills love him. They're minors, right?
That's so.
Oh my god.
You know what we should do? Dad jokes next week
we
on
got-
Maga Malaka.
We got to have a Jeff episode.
Yeah, we gotta have a Jeff episode.
A full-fledged Jeff.